Let's welcome Solomon Islands and Vanuatu into the field of play. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are able, please stand for the national anthem of Vanuatu. Please remain standing for the national anthem of Solomon Islands.
Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to Honiara, Solomon Islands. It's match day 1 of the Melanesia Spearhead Group Prime Ministers Cup. Welcome to Los Tamas Stadium, and this is the match Solomon Islands versus Vanuatu. I'm Lisa Osifello, and joining me in commentary, Alex Waimora.
Well, it's a beautiful day for football here. Earlier on, we had the Solomon Islands national development team against Papua New Guinea. And now we have Solomon Islands national team against Vanuatu. And our officials for today, the experienced official team. Obviously there's the Solomon Islands national team, and these players here are the ones being selected to represent their nation in this prestigious competition. They are the defending champions at the moment, the Solomon Islands national team. Well, in terms of the players that are here, the number 10 is one of the newer inclusion here, Rovu Boyes, who have gained a couple of social media fans with his highlights being circulated. Well, it's the referees here with the captains of both teams. A match fitting of such experienced officials.
We just had the coin toss, and we are waiting upon the kickoff. The crowds is building up here at Los Santama. It's a beautiful and a really, really boiling hot temperatures out there. And this is Solomon Islands, the defending champions of the second edition of the MSG, which they won in New Caledonia, the last competition. And they're coming in strong this round to defend their title. And of course, it's Vanuatu also anticipating their first match, as the Solomon Islands in the bright yellow, Vanuatu in green.
And obviously the man in charge of this match is Nobet Hawata from Tahiti. He's been one of the leading figures in terms of referee. So a fitting match of such caliber. Well, Vanuatu with the kick off. And already a long audacious cross here by Vanuatu. David Super tries to clear. Couldn't do so against Thomas Maliwan. Tries to go back in the midfield. Vanuatu team with a very high intense start here. Their captain is one of the Vanuatu household names, Bong Kalo, who had a very excellent youth career, I would say, coming up the ranks for Vanuatu. Well, for Solomon Islands, that's the man who's been missing in a couple of the games, John Orabulu. Well, he's back in the fold now. Not a good clearance here by Junior David. For Solomon Islands, a throw in their own half to Javin Alec, who is wearing the captain armband today. Accompanying him on the defense is Komasi, who usually plays in the midfield department. Well, for today's match is in the defense. David Supa finds Rovu. Rovu tries to win the ball, keeps it well. Couldn't do so. It's Vanuatu here with a throw inside the Solomon Islands half. And the Vanuatu team, it's good to see the number 9 here, Alex Chanel, who plays his football in Fiji. And he's been around the Pacific, played in New Zealand as well. So got a lot of experience under his belt. But this man here, the number 10 here, is the one Vanuatu will probably looking to bank the attack more on in. John Alec tries to set himself up for a shot here. Couldn't do so. Orabulu collects. Again, Vanuatu through Michael Colon. Tries to first time pass there. Couldn't get to the end of it. Was the number 9, Alex Chanel. The goalkeeper today is Harold Nawania, who's very experienced. Even though we haven't seen his name on the national team, he's been playing local club football for a long time. also ventured into beach soccer a couple of times, but has remained in the associative football court more than the beach soccer. Well, Vanuatu again with a bad clearance here. Coming in is David Supa. Well, Junior David with a strike here, I think will be a corner kick. No, actually it's going out. And safety for the number 1, Daniel Alec, the goalkeeper for Vanuatu. That's the coach here, familiar face, Giuliano, who has worked with Marist FC of Solomon Islands for many years, and is no new face when it comes to local football here in the Solomon Islands, having also been the head coach for Kurukuru futsal team. So he knows Solomon Islands well and will definitely be a key figure for Vanuatu in terms of development and their national setup. Vanuatu again through Alex Chanel, brings up play, chased by David Supa. Again, Solomon Islands, William Komasi. The referee probably just trying to find his ground here, misstepped. But the match continues with William Komasi. Finds David Supa on the far side, well, closer to me on the commentary box. Again to William Komasi. Interesting to see a midfielder being tasked with a defensive role by this man here, Mr. Smith, who is definitely looking towards his team with more chemistry. David Jr. back to Javin Alec, to William Komasi, finds David Supa, collects well in the midfield, taken back by Nicholas King. Now it's Alec Wowobu, tries to get back John Orobulu, rather it's Bobby here, almost the same figure as John Orobulu. That's the Melanesian rivalry here between Vanuatu and Solomon Islands. And they've been excellent rivals over the years. In the local context, they will call it Solwara Wantok. Well, when it comes to football, it's always a battle between these two teams. Well, the local fans now turning up in numbers here, especially to see their local national team or their local national players. Number 5 for Vanuatu, Michael Colin, brings it back to this player here, 8. He's no stranger when it comes to local football in the Solomon Islands. The number 8 for Vanuatu, John Alec, who plays for Solomon Warriors. One of the key figures in the Solomon Warriors team now. It's John Orobuli. Not a good pass by him, but he almost wins it back. Finds Rovu. Rovu plays it out wide. It's not a good ball here by Don Kian, the number 8. Don Kian, who is one of the young players in the national team. Rovu almost dispositioning in this one there. Not a good ball by him. And perhaps both teams just need to settle down, find their momentum, and build on the play here. Speaking of momentum, Vanuatu with a lot of experience in this side, especially for this man with the ball now on his feet, John Alec, who knows this ground really well. Vanuatu still with the ball here, and fortunately for Solomon Islands, called on for a throw deep inside their own half. Solomon Islands 0, Vanuatu 0. Both teams searching for an opener here. John Orobulu, clever pass here. Rovu tries to get to the end of it, couldn't do so. It's Vanuatu now in their own half, building up attack here on the halfway line. Trying to check, goes back. They try to develop their attack from the back here. John Alec. And again, Solomon Islands here capitalizing is Bobby Leslie. The John Orobulo finds Rovu. Good ball from him in the 18-yard box is Don Kiana. Can he find something here? No inspiration here perhaps. And John Alec collects well, goes for the long one. Javin Alec chasing back. Header here. And miscued pass again. Luckily on that occasion, Vanuatu wasn't paying attention with the midfield. And it's Solomon Islands in the halfway line. Tries to find Rovu. Rovu had one defender to beat coming in. John Honorable in the 18-yard box. Rovu checks and decides to go back. Finds Junior David. Junior David builds up play to Rovu. Boyas, I would say. Good ball here from him. Seeing Komasi on the far side to David Super. Super goes for the first time touch to Bobby Leslie. And not a good touch there by David Super. A goal kick for Vanuatu. Vanuatu to restart in their own half. Michael Colin, who has been active in the first couple of minutes. Vanuatu through there. Alec Wobu. John Alec collects again, the number 8 for Vanuatu. Back to one of the experienced players. I think he played in Auckland City. John Alec turns. And a foul against the Vanuatu international. That's Timothy Bollet, who I just mentioned early on. And yes, we have a strong wind blowing from the eastern side of the stadium, adding a little bit of texture to the heated game. A long ball from Vanuatu. Throw attempt here by the number 18, Thomas Maliwan, but equally contested by Komasi of Solomon Islands. And a throw for Solomon Islands deep inside their own half. David Super, who plays his local football for Central Coast United. And Vanuatu in their own half, trying to just get the ball out. But it's the Solomon Islands team now in position. Bobby Leslie with a run here, equally contesting to it his opposite number, Alex Chanel. But he's first to the ball in position. Wait, Rovu now sets up another play here for Junior David on the far side. Going for the first time cross, blocked by the Vanuatu defender. And it is a corner for Solomon Islands, the first corner for this match. That's the man leading the Solomon Islands national team. The number 10 for Solomon Islands, Rovu Boyas, with a corner kick here. And a good delivery from the Solomon Islands, number 10. Just no one there to capitalize on the loose ball here, as Vanuatu try to get back into the other side. They still got the ball here. Good defending, good attack here. Probably set them up. It's the number 7, Jonathan Spooky Jack. And equally up to the task was Solomon Islands defense. And they actually win a throw inside their own half. Collected well. Junior David on the far side looks to drive the ball past the mid-halfway. Rovu giving option. He decides to choose Rovu. Back to Junior David. Again, Solomon Islands just need to find their momentum more into the attacking space of the game here, as Vanuatu, Boncalo almost get to the end of the pass here. Good ball here. It's Junior David here, brings up play, going for the first time, now decides to cut it back. No one's there. And Vanuatu again, but it's Bobby Leslie. Back to David Super. Another ball coming in for Rovu. Rovu touches it back, probably decides to set up Don Kian on that occasion, but couldn't capitalize on it. John Arabula here, almost. Luckily, it was Nicholas King who showed his royal presence just to nick the ball out in time for an opportunity. I would think someone of John Orobulu's capacity would have buried it. Thanks to the number 2, Nicholas King, who clinched it on the 12th hour, and it's a corner kick for Solomon Islands. Rovu. Clearance by John Alec here. Still ball deep inside Vanuatu's own half. Chanel checks, goes back, and Solomon Islands still yet to get the ball here. It's a throw in for Vanuatu deep inside the own half. A win here for the Giuliano coach side would be a testimony to his coaching career. Chanel to John Alec. Misquoted the ball here. It's Don now. He checks. Decides to go long. Finds Junior David. Junior David goes for the long ball here. Perhaps not the right option. And Vanuatu again to restart from Daniel Alec. David Super for Solomon Islands inside his own half. Not a good ball here from David Super. Alex Chanel collects, and it's a trip from the back. Nobet Hawata, the experienced Tahitian referee, decides it's a foul against the Solomon Islands defender. This is an opportunity for Vanuatu to capitalize. A set piece, and such a great evening here with contrast of color, yellow and green. Good ball from Boncalo to the number 5, Michael Colton, who finds a free man here, turns in shot, and probably a wasted opportunity here. Still the game on. John Alec puts it back in the 18-yard box. 3 Vanuatu players here contesting for the ball, but it's number 5, Michael Colton here for the long one again. Junior David. John Ali collects. Don clears now, checks. Solomon Islands to attack from their own half. Rovu checks. Goes back in the middle. Decides to change delivery. And it's Junior David here. And the goalkeeper, Daniel Alec, who's always alert, came off his lines just in the nick of time to save Vanuatu. So far, Rovu has been instrumental in a couple of the attacks made by the Solomon Islands team. Again, Solomon Islands in the middle third through Don to Rovu again. Couple of touches here. Combination play here by the Solomon Islands. Very effective. Just need to get it right 100%. Vanuatu still slowly settling down into their momentum. They are a good side, probably just need momentum. And for Vanuatu team, perhaps they need to find their attacking frame of the game. They have been excellent in getting the ball out from their defense rather, but just not clicking when it comes to the final third. Again, they on another counter attack here. It's Boncalo now, tries to go past William Komasi, couldn't do so. A throw for Vanuatu, deep inside the Solomon Islands half. Michael Cullen, the number 5 for Vanuatu. Boncalo, the captain. Again, Solomon Islands through John Orabulu. Finds Rovu here. Rovu checks. Rovu decides to play it long for Don Kiana. Can he do something out of this? He has 3 defenders against him. Plays it back to Junior David. Probably the best option to take. Solomon Islands try to work their way. It's a foul here against John Alik of Vanuatu. That's the experienced referee here, Nobet Hawata of Vanuatu, rather of Tahiti, rather, not Vanuatu, is actually officiating a game where Vanuatu is playing. And it's between Rovu here. Will Solomon Islands have an opportunity to have a crack on this one here? It's Rovu here, sends it over and sails out of target. Vanuatu with the build-up play. From the back, it's Timothy Bowlet. Decides to drive past 1 and 2 players. Very confident defender here. Not a good pass again by the Vanuatu back. Mr. King. Not as always a good ball here. Trying to find John Orobulu. Through Daniel Alik of Vanuatu, the number 1 for Vanuatu, keeping the goals here. Well, the gate, I would say. Again, William Komasi, dangerous ball, cleared well by Harold Nawania. Again, Vanuatu to capitalize on this one here. Bobby Leslie collects to David Super. Solomon Islands deep inside their own half. Moving the ball across the captain to Junior David. Finds Don. And a throw for Vanuatu just on the halfway mark. Not a good first touch by Don Kiana. Both teams still looking for that opener. And Solomon Islands came close on one occasion. They need to be consistent in their attack. And the number 10, 11, all dangerous players up front. Well, the number 10 and 19, I would say, Rovu and John Orobulu. A combination that will be first time to see here. They haven't played with each other, so it will be interesting to see how they go. But now it's Michael Colin on the far side, going for the first time ball here. Vanuatu in the 18-yard box. Again, a throw for Vanuatu deep inside their Solomon Islands, actually deep inside Solomon Islands half. Well, they look to capitalize on the weather so far. Compared to the first game, it was quite raging hot. This one, it has a cool breeze coming from the eastern side, making it more decent to play in. That's Alex Sanel. Couldn't connect well, and a corner kick for him. An opportunity for Vanuatu perhaps to find a goal here and change the course of this game. Vanuatu players setting up their attack here. Just a word from the referee. A contrast of colors with green and yellow. The famous yellow of Solomon Islands. Ball comes in the box. Harold Oceania equally up to the task. And that's the four defense for Solomon Islands. David Super, William Komasi, Javin Alec, and Junior David, all in one frame of the camera there. Vanuatu knows really well that they need to get on the scoreboard if they are to manage the game. Quick free kick here. It's Bon Kalo. He's with the ball. Decides to go for the first time cross. Blocked by David Super, but wins a throw deep inside the Solomon Islands half. The number 5 for Vanuatu. Still with the ball here. Good drive into the box. Sends it up high. Solomon Islands Don collects. John Ali misses the ball. It's Rovu here. But again, a long clearance here from the Vanuatu Timothy Bowlet. Again, Vanuatu on the counter attack here. Just not connecting well is their final passes. Well, for the Solomon Islands goalkeeper, it's satisfaction as long as the ball doesn't go into his danger zone from the Vanuatu players. Again, good ball by Junior David. Finds Joro Orobulo, tries to go past one, couldn't do so. Rovu collects. Rovu still with the ball, plays it to Junior David. Goes back to Rovu Boyes. Brings it in the halfway. He looks, he checks, plays it back to his midfielder who's going to orchestrate the pass here to Junior David. Can he set up play here? Got numbers in the box here. Don Kian. And ball comes in the 18-yard box. Shelling and waiting in the back is Bobby Leslie. And a corner kick for Solomon Islands. Deep inside the Vanuatu half. And another opportunity for the host here to get on the scoreboard here. Will be a task that requires conversion, especially with the experienced defense that Vanuatu is banking on, the likes of Nicholas King, Timothy Bowlet, and as well as John Alick. And ball comes in, it's a handball, it's against Vanuatu, it's a penalty here, being called by Norbert Hawata, the experienced Tahitian referee. He decides that it's a handball, and the number 10, Rovo Boyes, steps up to this occasion here. Solomon Islands with a sublime opportunity to extend their lead. Now it's just a question of can they convert. Rovo Boyes looking to shield his name in Solomon Islands football history with this penalty in front of the local fans. But for the opposite, Daniel Alec, the goalkeeper, it's his task of denying Rovo. Penalty taken and well converted. A goal for Rovo Boyes, a goal for Solomon Islands, leading 1-0. And that's the celebration. They know really well what that goal means. And I would say this is a very mixed Solomon team in terms of age, well balanced. And they were the goal scorer, Rovo Boyes, who has been instrumental in the early minutes, been the man who influences the attack. As you can see from the penalty, he checks and then goes for the conversion, and what a strike. Just that composure. And Just now, the Vanuatu defender is collecting a yellow card by the Tahitian referee Norbert Hawata. There you are on the screen.
A yellow card for player number 4 of Vanuatu.
Solomon Islands again with another opportunity here. A set piece opportunity here. Still takes a lot of effort to get it past the Vanuatu defense. But they now have the opportunity. And a foul against the goal scorer. Vanuatu quick start. Solomon Islands with momentum as they secured the early point here. Well, the early goal rather. Vanuatu on the counter-attack. Each Alex Sanel here checks to find Bon Kalo. Decides to leave it go. And a throw in for Vanuatu. Jonathan Spooky Jack will be taking this one. Vanuatu now have the opportunity to perhaps find an equalizer and turn momentum of the game to their side. Well, good touch here by Alex Chanel to Boncalo. Tries to go past one. Couldn't do so. Managed to keep the ball here. It's John Alec, the Solomon Warriors player for Vanuatu. Back to King. King over to Bowlet. Timothy drives past to Solomon Islands attackers. Again, not a good first touch by Boncalo. Bobby Leslie. There's green players that are surrounding the yellow defenders. Obviously, with the colors, you know, it's Solomon Islands and Vanuatu. Contrast of colors. Again, Chanel. Vanuatu on the build-up inside Solomon Islands half. Tries to go past one. This Vanuatu player, he still managed to keep the ball here. Very fast foot from this player. He brings it up past one and looks for a penalty. The referee decides, no, it's not a penalty. It's fair tackle. Can Solomon Islands begin their own counter-attack? No, they couldn't do so. And Vanuatu again through John Alec. This will be his home ground, if you have to say or call it, as a player for Solomon Warriors over the years. Alex Chanel, very physical player, played in Fiji, so he's used to the physical presence of the mighty Fijian defenders. And more composed is the Vanuatu team as they look to reshuffle themselves, trying to find that opener. And the referee has decided that we'll be going for a water break. And also an opportunity for the teams to have a little bit of a debrief, I would say, with the coaches. And also perhaps some advices to be given out before they resume after this water break.
There you have a shot from Grovo Boyes, who is the goal scorer from a penalty, which gives Solomon Islands the advantage of a narrow lead. Much needed water break for both Vanuatu and Solomon Islands. This is the third edition of the Melanesian Spearhead Group Prime Ministers Cup, match 2 of match day 1 here in Honiara, Solomon Islands. The referee is there having a smile, also a water break as well. They too are working extra hard out there and trying to cope up with the heat here in Honiara.
As you can see, Giuliano, who has been a key figure for Marist FC over his years coaching in the Solomon Islands. He eventually went on to coach the Solomon Islands national futsal team, Kurukuru. And now this is the man leading the Solomon Islands national team, Smith. And he's been one of the most supporting coaches. He's been with these young group of players.
And
when he
he's
took
also
over the
very
role.
satisfied with this team lineup that has come out to be competing in this tournament. It is also a mix, and he was hoping to give more game time to those players who haven't had that opportunity. So that would be made possible through this tournament.
And one name that I'm looking forward to seeing on the pitch, probably in the second half, would be Rafael Le'ai, who is a phenomenal player. But given the talent that is for the coach to choose from, it's quite a task. And it's good to see the number 19 here, John Orobulu, back in the fold, who, according to his last match that he couldn't feature, was due to illness he had in Fiji while returning to Solomon Islands. Well, William Comasi finds his midfield, and the referee sees this as a foul against John Alec. In the center circle, well, William Comasi, as you see here, played his football in Fiji as well, and also played for Central Coast. So when it comes to regional football, he had a taste of it. He's been part of the national team as a regular starter. And on to Rovu. Boy, it's first time ball here. John Orobulu left it in anticipation for Bobby Leslie. Perhaps Bobby Leslie didn't quite read the gesture given by the player, John Orobulu. Don brings up play again. Now past two players, going for a shot here, coming in! What a goal! What a start! And memory for this youngster, Don Kiana. Celebrations. Brilliant goal here for Solomon Islands, and a start that they will definitely need. And for this man on the camera here, Daniel Alec, he is now contemplating what just happened. Well, I can tell you there was a bomb from Don Kiana outside the 18-yard box.
It is celebrations for Solomon Islands with another goal up. 2 goals. Vanuatu 0. There was a score coming from Kiana, and the build-up. He breaks through the defenders.
Okay, now Vanuatu, more like the side that they probably think they should have been. They are trailing 2 goals down against a spirited Solomon Island side, courtesy of Rovu and Kiana. David Supa. Instructions been given out here by the head coach for Solomon Islands on the side. He knows really well a 2-goal lead is definitely what you want from your team, but then it's about keeping it, it's about maintaining it, and there will be questions asked here for the Vanuatu side, especially in their defense. Nicholas King going long. Javin Ali collects well, and another attempt here by Vanuatu. Now Don Kiana, he owns. Now he looks to look for John Orobulu, couldn't do so. He goes past one, and being brought down by John Alec. Much to the liking, well, the disliking of the crowd towards John, but the liking of the crowd towards Don. It's a John-Don battle here at Los Intama. That's the man there. Both of them actually, Rovu and Don Kiana. Solomon Islands with a quick start here. Rovu with a chip here, tries to find David Supa. But equally up to the task was Daniel Alec, the goalkeeper. Well, it's Timothy Bowlett. Again, not a good pass by him. It's Bobby Leslie collecting again. Tries to find Rovu. Just too much weight and misdirection. Well, speaking of direction, here's Junior David, who always loves to go the front direction. And here's Don Kiana again. Builds a play to Rovu. Don inside the 18-yard box. And a good save here by the goalkeeper this time around, Daniel Alik, who decides, "You're not going to beat me anymore, Don," says the Vanuatu goalkeeper, Daniel Alik. Vanuatu again builds a play from the back. Michael Cullen tries to go long, tries to find Alex Chanel, managed to do so. And it's Vanuatu now, deep inside the Solomon Islands half. They still with the ball. Finds John Alik. Goes for a dink of the pass. They bring up play here. Goes past one, and not a good place to commit foul here for the Solomon Islands. Outside the 18-yard box, I would say 25 yards out. And an opportunity for Vanuatu to perhaps ignite a fire here that could burn Solomon Islands defense. We'll have to see. The captain here, Bon Kalo, who is a dangerous player here for Vanuatu. There's no new name when it comes to football household names in Vanuatu, but also is a well-regarded footballer in Solomon Islands, having a lot of his teammates from Solomon Islands as well. And it's Solomon Islands now to defend this free kick set piece from Vanuatu. It's a direct free kick here, and John comes back out to Michael, going for a shot here first time. Good defense by Javin Alik rather, not John, Javin Alik, and timely defense as well. The ball was going through, sailing through the crowd here. And it's Solomon Islands now defending here. Vanuatu knows really well it's almost half time. They need to get back on the scoreboard here. Almost 5 Solomon players around the ball here. Just need to keep it perhaps on the danger zone. Rovu again tries to beat the ball here, managed to do so. It's a handball against Vanuatu and a free kick for Solomon Islands. That's the play looking at Rovu Boyes. Has been entertaining and effective for Solomon Islands so far. Miscued again by Javin Alik, and Alex Chanel tried to work his way, decides not to go for the first time pass to Bon Kalo. Would have been a better option considering the way he faced the ball. John Alik collects, and they bring play back. Not a good ball here by the Vanuatu number 7. And a throw against him as well. Solomon Islands with a throw in just inside their own half. Junior David, who had experience playing in Hekari in Papua New Guinea, and also now a key figure for Central Coast. Ball comes in, cleared well by William Kumasi, and a half 5 to his playmate Harold Nawania. There's an injured player for Vanuatu just inside the Solomon Islands half. The experienced Hawata approaching.
Well, you know, Vanuatu has come into the tournament knowing very well that Solomon Islands are the defending champions, and they will come out in this tournament, especially on home ground, with all they've got to showcase for. The pressure is on, and they know that this is going to be a tough match.
Definitely, and they had the experience of playing New Zealand as well in the World Cup qualifiers, which we know the mighty New Zealand All Whites team managed to run over Vanuatu in their fixture. But again, it's all about experience, having to play these games. And a corner kick for Vanuatu, Bong Kalo, with an opportunity to perhaps set a goal here for Vanuatu. Good ball coming in. Vanuatu, Nicholas King and Harold Nawania is equally up to the task here. Goes for a long clearance. Again, Vanuatu picks up play. Bobby Leslie. Good tackle by Carlos. In the middle third, Solomon Islands build up play here. An audacious through ball here from the number 18. Tries to find Don Kiana, but equally up to the task with Selwyn Vatu. Speaking of Vatu, Vatu is the currency of Vanuatu. Junior David finds Ben Fox, couldn't do so. Boncalo. Bobby Leslie trying to win the ball back for Solomon Islands. Just enough effort there from Bobby Leslie just to cause Thomas Maliwan to lose the ball unintentionally. Now Solomon Islands build a play. Rovu to Don Kiana. Beats one, decides to bring the ball in the center. Finds Junior David, squares it off to Carlos Leo Marcia. Carlos decides to go for the ding here, tries to find David Super, who loves to play up front even though he's a defender. And a goal kick for Vanuatu to be taken by Daniel Alec. That's David Super here. He's always enjoying his runs up. Vanuatu.
Additional times will be a minimum of 4 minutes.
Yeah, and we've just got indicator there from the fourth official, David Iaraboinin. It's 4 minutes of extra time.
Vanuatu again inside their own half. Finding their shape here. They know really well that they are 2 goals down. Perhaps an urgency to get back into the game with a goal is needed. Alex Chanel turns, not a good first touch by him. Javin Ali collects well, checks. Composure by Carlos to Ben Fox. Over to Junior David. Javin Alec. Solomon Islands knowing really well that they are leading in terms of the scoreboard. They try to keep the ball on their side. This is very dangerous ball here by the goalkeeper for Solomon Islands. Now build up play here. John Alec tries to set himself up. Goes for the long one. First time one here. It's an offside here. Unfortunately for Vanuatu. Selwyn Vatu. That's the experienced captain who was part of the Solomon Islands national under-17 team that went to the FIFA under-17 World Cup. He was accompanied by Rafael Leai, who is still on the bench. Probably will be introduced in the second half. We'll have to see. The local fans is still not animated. Perhaps they needed a acrobatic goal to get them up, or just the final whistle perhaps would heighten the spirit of these local fans here. Well, Vanuatu know really well that they need to get back on the scoreboard, especially before the second half. This could change a lot of momentum in the game. Again, it's the Solomon Island squad that are not picking up the final passes here. Vanuatu on the halfway line with a throw in to be taken. Now they got a throw in. And Don Kian. Then it's David Super, rather it's Junior David all the way out William Komasi sprinting out, tries to create space. Not a good pass by him. It's Vanuatu now. It's another foul against, now it's Bobby Leslie. And will they be taking it as a set piece? Yes, they decided to do so. It's John Alec here for Vanuatu. And he decides to dink it past the space. Javin Alec covers well. King wins this one here. Shot coming in over the bar. Close attempt by the number 4 for Vanuatu, Selwyn Vatu.
It was a really good strike there from Vanuatu, and it is just one of those closest shots on target that could have put Vanuatu up on the scoreboard. Unfortunately, not this time around. The clock is also ticking for the first half. Let's take a look at that.
And a long one out for Solomon Islands.
We're just about to take the highlights, but unfortunately we couldn't take in those images.
And it's John Alec here, checks again. Back to John Alec. And the experienced Nobet Hawata decides that is its second half, and a break for both teams. And Solomon Islands leading 2-0.
Good afternoon, welcome back to Lawson Tama Stadium to the second half of the match. Second match for match day 1. It is Solomon Islands versus Vanuatu. Just waiting for the referee to get the okay for the whistle and the second match kick off. Solomon Islands leading 2 goals. And Vanuatu trailing at 0. This is the second half of the match.
Solomon Islands Junior David with a throw inside his own half. And it's taken by Vanuatu. Again, it's Alec Wawobu, who's been instrumental. Alex Chanel to Jonathan. And it's a caution here against the Solomon Islands Carlos by Nobet Hawata, the experienced referee. Selwyn Vatu of Vanuatu. To restart this one here. Can they get a goal here, perhaps just to change the momentum of the game here? John Alec tries to win the ball against a taller opposition, the likes of Michael Colan. Again, Solomon Islands through Bobby Leslie, hunting for this one here. John Orabuli tries to play through Rovo, couldn't do so. Taken out by John Alec. Rovo collects the ball, he turns and wins a free kick in the process. It's David Super here to restart. Again, Solomon Islands here, an opportunity coming up here, but equally it's Daniel Alec of Vanuatu. A long clearance here over the halfway line, drops in the heart of Solomon Islands, and it's a throw for Vanuatu. Deep inside the Solomon Islands half, taken by Selwyn Vatu. Back to John Alec, the experienced John Alec, who plays for Solomon Warriors. Vanuatu decides to send the ball into the box here, and quickly off his mark is Daniel Rather, it's Harold Nawania, the opposite of Daniel. He's the #1 goalkeeper for Solomon Islands in this competition. And the #9 here, Alex Chanel, will be the one trying to get a goal for Vanuatu, perhaps. It's Vanuatu again, a throw inside the Solomon Islands half. Alex Chanel flicks the ball past Junior David. Recovery there by Javin Alik. Just a weird bounce from the ball. Bounce just changes direction whenever it bounces off the surface. Again, it's a couple of unnecessary stoppage by both teams. Just a little bit of stoppage could just change the momentum. And Vanuatu is looking more like the team here who will try to capitalize on this stop and play. Well, it's Solomon Islands throw inside their own half. David Super tries to find John Orobulu. Couldn't do so, but in the process wins a throw just inside their own half, the Solomon Islands national team. David Super decides to go long. And it's John Orobulu here inside the 18-yard box. Checks, goes back to Rovu. Can he finish? Yes, he can. Brilliant finish. Composer just got everything. And that's why he's wearing number 10 here. Solomon Islands extend their lead. 3 goals now, courtesy of 2 goals from Rovu Boyes.
Rovo Boyes there in celebration. It is a really good day for Rovo Boyes. His second goal of the match, just really early into the second half of the match. Beautiful combination from Orobulu and Rovo. They kind of like felt each other, knew the timing and where the ball was coming from, and he just slotted through past the goalkeeper. Vanuatu probably wasn't really anticipating that. But it's Solomon Islands now, 3 goals, and Vanuatu 0.
Well, I spoke about the new combination between Orobulu and Boyes. Well, it did look like it's going to be a very effective one, and it turned out to be just as effective as we've anticipated. Well, Solomon Islands 3, Vanuatu 0. Now it's game on here for Vanuatu. They are to get something out of this game, they have to get one back here. Harold Nawania safely taking the ball down. Solomon Islands to restart through Junior David. Finds Don Kian. Couldn't get the control of it. Now it's Boncalo. He's into the 18-yard box here. Going for the first time shot. Good save by the #1 for Solomon Islands, Harold Nawania. He's always alert and ready whenever he's been called on. And it's about managing the game now for Solomon Islands. And for Vanuatu, can they be inspired to get 1 goal here? Well, they have all the necessary tools to get back 1 here, especially with this player here, Alex Chanel. He squeezed it off to Bon Carlo, couldn't get it off. A shot here, he was trying to get space, just to create enough space for a shot. Couldn't get to it. Robo Boys again, collects the ball well. Advantage played by the referee. John Orobulu goes back to Ben Fox, over to Javin Alik. More composed here. Javin Alik here checks back to Junior David, all the way to David Super. Solomon Islands in a more positive approach to the game, you can say so, after having 3 goals being scored. But for Vanuatu, it's trying to find their momentum here. Can they get 1 goal back? It's a big ask for them. And John Orobulu trying to counter on this opportunity here. Well, Vanuatu again inside of Solomon Islands half. John Alik tries to collect, couldn't do so, and in the process also wins a foul here. It was just in front of the referee referee's eyes. That's John Alec down on the ground. The local fans in the background enjoying the match so far, with their team leading 3-0. This is a very good opportunity for John Alec to create something here. Couldn't do so. And Vanuatu again, counter-attack inside Solomon Islands half. Clearance there, good defending by William Komasi, and it's a corner kick for Vanuatu.
And the weather has turned overcast in the past couple of minutes. Cooler conditions here in Honiara Lawson Tama Stadium. It's another corner. Should be taken by the captain himself. Can he do something with this opportunity?
Solomon Islands again with a clearance from Rovo Boyas. Carlo takes it back in. A header here from Nicholas King. Almost had his opportunity here converted, but just not quite on target. And for this man here, Harold Nawania, he knows really well that keeping a clean sheet is every goalkeeper's goal in every match that they played in. Javin Alec with a clearance that is, as long as he can see up front, that's where he's going, for that direction. Solomon Islands again through William Komasi, rather it's Ben Fox to William Komasi, all the way back to Harold, back to Komasi. Looks to create opportunity here, finds Rovo. Rovo with a flick here, timely one. John Orabulu turns, checks, then decides to run into space. He's still with the ball. He tries to find Bobby Leslie. Good combination. He gives the sign here. I probably need to check first and earlier. Not a good strike here, but now Rovo again. Rovo checks, tries to go past John Ali. Couldn't do so. Vanuatu again with the counter-attack build-up here. Harold coming off his area here, but a positive approach from him. Probably a risky one, but he believes he made the right decision, which to me is the right call, to get out of your area and get the first down on it. Now Vanuatu through Daniel Alec. All the way to Timothy Bowlett, who plays his football for Auckland City in the Summer League in New Zealand. So an experienced defender. John Alec couldn't get the much needed delivery, but collected back by Alex Chanel. Over to Selwyn Vatu, back to John Alec for the first time here. Plays it out to his fellow Vanuatu player Thomas Maliwan, but couldn't get to the end of it, and it's a goal kick for Solomon Islands. Harold Nawania to restart things from the back.
Hey, Bill, come.
Quick restart here. Solomon Islands captain Javin Alec goes for the long one here. John Ali collects again. Vanuatu, miss pass. That's Junior David here, the number 14 for Solomon Islands. Another throw in for Solomon Islands, rather it's for Vanuatu inside their own half. Can they stick to their game plan and don't let the result determine how they play out? That's a question they need to answer. Jonathan Spooky Jack. Don Kiana finds Ben Fox to Bobby Leslie. Bobby Leslie tries to find John Orobolo, couldn't get to the end of it. Now Vanuatu now again tries to win the ball back. They managed to do so, bringing up play into the Solomon Islands half. Bobby Leslie hustling for the ball here. John Alec Now Rovu steals the ball, and it's a foul against John Alik here. It's a card here against the Vanuatu midfielder. Rovu Boyes was very quick to get off his mark. And Rovu knows really well John Alik, who is based in Solomon Islands, the number 8 for Vanuatu. But for now, it is Rovu who is benefiting from this free kick. Can Solomon Islands extend another goal here? It's a corner kick here for Solomon Islands against Vanuatu. And it's Rovu and Junior David. Well, it's going to be Rovu Boyes. He's going to get this corner kick. Very influential player here, Rovu Boyes. Can he orchestrate another opportunity for Solomon Islands? Beautiful corner kick coming in here. No one's to collect it for Solomon Islands, and Vanuatu again. Safety first option by Junior David. Back to Harold at the back. Harold decides to keep as much time as possible to him. And this wouldn't be what Vanuatu needed. So Bonkalo knows really well. The captain tries to speed up play. So far, that's the man in command of the ball. Harold Nawania goes for the long one here. Vanuatu on the halfway line. Tries to turn. Didn't do so. It's a throw-in for Solomon Islands in their own half, to be taken by David Supa. David Supa decides to go back to Komasi. Alik. Ooh, close turn there by Alik. Junior David tries to find Rovu again. Couldn't do so, but he still wins the ball here. He checks and he decides to go out to Don Kiana. Kiana now got one player to beat. He decides to go back in, plays it back. Junior David, then the ball goes out for a corner kick. Good combination between Junior David and Don Kiana. The man in charge of the game today. There's some substitution for Vanuatu. Probably looking to put fresh legs in here.
The substitution coming up with number 6, Alik Wawabu, is been replaced by player number 7.
Alik has been replaced. The number 6 for Vanuatu has been replaced, who has been hard walking in the midfield. A good delivery by Rovu again. A shot coming in from John Orobulu, but sails over the bar. That's the man here with the shot. And it's good to have him back in the national team. For Solomon Islands fans, that's a love line where they missed him a little bit. Now he's back. But for Vanuatu, here's the player that can cause or create something. The number 10, the captain, Bonkalo. And we haven't seen much of him in this game. He needs to get involved as much as possible. That's him there, just passing the ball over to King, the number 10 for Vanuatu. That's not a good pass as well from Michael Colon. Now it's William Komasi, David Supa. John Orobulu again. The referee decides it's a foul against Michael Colon. Just a good word from Nobit Hawata. Can Bong Kalo of Vanuatu create something here and change perhaps just a little bit inspiration for Vanuatu in a game led by, and that's the inspiration they needed, and scored by Nicholas King, well orchestrated by Boncalo, and a beautiful flick over the goalkeeper by Nicholas King. Vanuatu have scored, and perhaps this might bring inspiration for them to battle it out till the final whistle. Solomon Islands still leading, but again Vanuatu has sparked or ignited their attack now as Solomon Islands through Don Kiana. It's a throw-in for Vanuatu. So Harold Nawania's hope of clipping a clean sheet is no longer applicable now, especially when I finish from Nicholas King. Just a quick word there from John Alec to the referee, asking him about the number of fouls committed by the player. Now, same position, just a couple of yards out. Boncalo again decides to go for this similar approach here, and again Harold been beaten here, but he does an incredible save, just enough to nick the ball out, and still Vanuatu. Oh, and a foul here against Boncalo. This is dangerous zone, and again I've mentioned earlier on, if there is something for Vanuatu, that is the player to bring it on, and he's the number 10, Boncalo. And it's a free kick, 20 yards out from the Solomon Islands goal. Solomon Islands setting up wall here. Alex Chanel of Vanuatu, Nicholas King, the goal scorer. And it's John Alec and Jonathan Spokey Jack over this free kick. Can one of them create another opportunity here? A four-man world for Solomon Islands. But again, it's John Alec and Spokey Jack here for Vanuatu. Harold Nawania keeping his eyes on the ball. It's going to be John sailing over and decided to go for a goal here. Not to the liking of his countryman Alex Chanel, who points out that he needed the ball to be placed in the middle rather. Substitution for Vanuatu. More introduction of players, probably to refreshen things up. That's Alex Chanel.
Michael Colon is replaced by player number 16, Media Roloa.
Solomon Islands restart through the goalkeeper. William Kamasi now gets the ball, puts it up. Rovu against King. And Vanuatu now on the counter attack here. Can they get to the end of it? William Kamasi chasing well. It's a throw for Vanuatu deep inside the Solomon Islands half. Local crowd still haven't been animated by any of the goals. Perhaps still waiting for the final whistle. For Vanuatu, they know really well that they need to get to the scoreboard as often as they can. Otherwise, it's going to be the Solomon Islands points that matters after this match here. Harold Nawania, person responsible for keeping a lot of the Vanuatu promising attacks out. Again, Vanuatu on the counter-attack through a clearance here. Junior David, John Orabulu decides to go high. And Nicholas King coming in. Rovu also chasing down ball here. And can Vanuatu get out of this pressure here? They managed to do so. They're on the far side, looking to play their newly introduced number 11 forward. And he's been beaten by William Komasi. David Super. John Orabulu collects well, brings the ball back in the middle third. Probably just a delay of the ball to clear, and a foul against Solomon Islands. Rover Boyes just contesting and saying that's a dangerous attack. And the referee decides to give him a card. Probably needs medical attention. We'll have to see if they will send in a medical staff. Local fans standing up in numbers.
Red card for number 4 of Vanuatu.
It's actually his second yellow card.
For Vanuatu, number 4 for Vanuatu.
Substitution
So
for
he's
Solomon
been
Islands number player number 19,
given the
John
red
Orabulu,
card.
is replaced by player number 13, Martin Cotto. Another substitution coming out player number 18, Ben Fox is replaced by player number 6, Atkin Kawa.
And there's been substitution again.
Another
For
substitution coming out player number 2,
Solomon Islands.
David Super is replaced by player number 3, Leon
There's
Kofana.
Rafael ready to be introduced.
Coming out player
Number
10,
7 for number 10.
Robo Boyes is being replaced by player number 7, Rafa Awai.
A prolific striker, Rafael Le'ai, replacing perhaps the man of the match for me, Rovo Boyes. And can they spring something out of themselves? It's an experienced lineup that came in. Atkin Kawa, Rafael Le'ai. So Solomon Islands banking on their experience now, probably to get the team across the line. But Vanuatu take no efforts away from them. They bring in the game as well. Close opportunity here. Good save by Harold Nawania. All the way to William Komasi. And here's a familiar face I wanted to mention. Leon Kofara. Goes for the first time. Long ball. Tries to find Rafael Le'ai. He tries to steal the ball here. Couldn't do so. Managed to win it for an effort. But couldn't get to the end of it. Vanuatu again tries to go past Junior David. Boncalo coming in. It's a throw for them just on the halfway line. That's the coach for Vanuatu, Giuliano. And David Yaropoinen from Papua New Guinea, the 4th officer. Vanuatu. Not a good control here by Jonathan Spokey Jack. And it's a throw-in for Solomon Islands, taken by Junior David. Javin Alik. Komasi. Leon Kofana. Bobby Leslie back to Javin Alik. Rather, it's to William Komasi before transiting to Javin Alik to Atkin Kawa, wearing the number 6 here. And Solomon Islands looking to circulate the ball and perhaps taking time out of the game here, while Vanuatu will probably look to try and get something out of this with perhaps another goal. Could definitely hype their spirit. Kofana. Not a good ball by Kofana. A throw in for Vanuatu in their own half. Overcast here. The day has been turned from a raging hot, humid day into a more cooler afternoon. Atkin Kawa tries to win the ball back, couldn't do so. Don Kiana chasing as well. Javin Alik. And a Very strong tackle here by Vanuatu player on Atkinkawa. Good texture of colours, as I've mentioned earlier on, green and yellow for both Solomon Islands and Vanuatu. Solomon Islands keeping the ball in their own half. William Komasi. Leon Kofana. Vanuatu with a front four led by Bonkalo, looking for an opportunity here to spike something up here. But it's the Solomon Islands team that is managing the game so far. Vanuatu in their own half. Going for a long throw. And still there's John Alik now collecting the ball here. Perhaps a heavyweight touch here. But Vanuatu desperate for a goal perhaps. And then there you are, Bonkalo is now taking the ball. Finds his playmate here, Javin Alik, with a intelligent tackle here. Just enough to guide the ball back. Still in Vanuatu's possession. Bullet to King, the man who scored Vanuatu's only goal now. And just like that, Solomon Islands could have capitalized on this one here. Just too much weight on that pass. Well, I wouldn't call it a pass, a touch, as the experienced Timothy Bullet, who plays for Auckland City, Bonkalo, Junior David Tupit, decides to go back for the first time here, and Harold Nawania makes no mistake with this one. It's quite difficult to get on the ball, especially with the surface of the ground like this. Solomon Islands again builds up play. Bobby Leslie back to Kofana. Kofana finds Carlos, who I haven't mentioned much of the game. Seemed to be just like a figure drifting in between. Well, obviously for Vanuatu, they need to manage their time here. It's just the first game, so it might be difficult to finish with a result like this. And Rafael Leai is not making a positive impact so far. And the ball coming in here. There's number 11 for Vanuatu, strikes it over the bar. And I mentioned earlier, the number 10 for Vanuatu, Bonkalo. He's the man who's orchestrating everything here. And the man in charge decides that both teams needed a break, a water break, and as signaled by the fourth official David Yerobuenen here on the screen from Papua New Guinea actually. It's time for a water break and an opportunity for the coaches to assess and also give out some advices to the players.
Yes, indeed, a much needed water break, although it has come to a bit of overcast here at Oceania Stadium. But Vanuatu, of course, they have really made a turnaround after securing that one goal that they needed. Unfortunately, the Vanuatu number 4 player got booked a second yellow card, which resulted in him receiving a red card for Vanuatu, and Solomon Islands, heavy substitution there coming in. Leai, who has also come in the second half, and Atkinkawa also are now showing for the second half of the competition. They came into an applause as well, because a lot of the local crowd are very excited to see them in this performance. It's the first match of match day 1 for the national Solomon Islands side, coming up against Vanuatu, which they are leading by 3 goals, Vanuatu at 1, but Vanuatu is still pushing, which they have still got time to make that turnaround that they need in this match.
Well, for the Vanuatu team, they are missing one of their key players, Brian Kaltak, who unfortunately couldn't make this tournament due to contract base. He's playing professionally in A-League, so in fact, earlier on, I asked one of the Vanuatu coaches, and he said They couldn't get Brian Kaltak on this tournament. The 31-year-old who plays for Central Coast Mariners and is the captain, is probably one of the key figures of the Vanuatu team that is missing here today. But also it gives an opportunity for other defenders to show themselves, and especially in this particular tournament where experience and exposure is definitely something that you gain. Well, Solomon Islands again. It's not John Orobulu, it's the number 13. Has been everywhere here, tries to get the ball over. And it's now the captain armband actually is being passed to John Alick. Bobby Leslie tries to go past John Alick, couldn't do so. It's quite a physical game in the sense that both teams are trying to engage. They're not scared to go at each other. The players, Vanuatu with a throw inside their own half. Perhaps another goal from Solomon Islands would get the crowd jumping again. A shot coming in from Vanuatu and safely taken by Harold Nawania, who apart from that one goal have been excellent, and he's been probably one of the players in contest for man of the match performance. So far it's Rovu Boyes, who for me has cemented his name in the performance that he did today. Good turn here by Solomon Islands Bobby Leslie, but couldn't manifest itself as Vanuatu again tried to pick up pace here. Solomon Islands through Atkin Kawa. Rafael Lea attends Timothy Bollet. Now he sets up Don. Can he finish here? He beats one and he's finishing off. Yes, it's a goal here from Don Kiana. It took a little deflection of Nicholas King, but it's just enough, and an assist from the number 7, Rafael Lea.
Well done, boys. Well done, boys.
Solomon Islands are now leading comfortably, 4-1. And a replay here. There you are, Don Kiana. Just, believe it or not, that's his weaker foot, but he decides to go for it. And a sliding Nicholas King came in, but even though his long slides couldn't get to the end of it, and Don Kiana finished with composure. Now Solomon Islands are now 4-1, and Vanuatu perhaps just need to manage the game here. It's not the result they anticipated, but perhaps it could be a learning point to go further in this tournament. Solomon Islands still amidst their lead, trying to find their momentum in terms of position here. And a foul against Junior David. Deep inside the Solomon Islands half. And can Vanuatu spring up something from this? It's a resilient Solomon defense, but Vanuatu, good ball coming in here, good jumping header there by Javin Alik, a shot coming back from Vanuatu, and not a good clearance here by the Solomon Islands player. Then they also miscued it. Atkin Kawa decides to go out to Leon Kofana. And Bobby Leslie is on his bicycle now, riding, running, tries to go past one, beats one, gives it back to Atkin Kawa. Again, Solomon Islands boosting their momentum here. Vanuatu needs to settle in. The captain, John Alec, needs to get in command of his team now, especially in these particular minutes. Kofana, not a good ball here. Equally up to the task is the Vanuatu defender. William Komasi over to Javin Alec. Javin Alec to Junior David. Over to Leon Kofana. Nicholas King, who attempted to save that goal scoring from Don Kiana, actually. Can Vanuatu spring something here? A shot coming in. Just not the right space to hit the ball. It's an opportunity for Vanuatu to get things here, but just too straight to the goalkeeper.
Well, he found the space. But I think it wasn't, the pressure wasn't high enough to get that through the Solomon Islands goalkeeper.
Now the captain armband is at John Alec, and he knows really well what's the responsibility on his part to gather his team, perhaps just to give them that fighting spirit, because he's the one who's experienced playing here at Los Santama. Junior David, Javin Alec, Komasi. Komasi finds space, goes for the long one here, and almost going to Don, but Timothy Bowlett knows really well. Again, Vanuatu builds a play here. It's Carlos all the way to Harold. Harold gives it up, taken back by Jonathan Spokey Jack. Again, Vanuatu builds a play, and Solomon Islands again building a play here, but the referee decides it's a foul against the Vanuatu attacking player. True sportsmanship shown here by Norbert Hawata, the referee. Has been a key figure in terms of inspiration for many officials in the Pacific, having been to one of the FIFA World Cups as well. And I had the opportunity to meeting him many years ago in Auckland, New Zealand, and now he's been one of the key figures in refereeing in the Oceania region. Well, it's Vanuatu now with a chance to get a goal here, coming in and saved by Harold Nawania, who is always in the right position at every given opportunity, and he knows really well it's time to keep things cool, time to manage the game. Well, King was chasing after it. So the temperature has changed, as many would know. Solomon Islands weather, it can change. And again, another chance here for Vanuatu. Just couldn't get the opportunity executed well. And this man here knows really well how much time he needs. The Vanuatu player who's down perhaps wanted a free kick there, but according to the assessment from Norbert Hawata, it decides it's not a foul. And Solomon Islands through Leon Kofana. Carlos. Alec. Komasi. Kofana. And the possession game here. Atkinkawa, not a good touch from him here. And a foul against Atkinkawa as well. Free kick just outside the center circle. The crowd is loving the game so far in terms of the result. And despite the rain, or with this soft drizzle of showers coming in, Lisa.
Yes, the weather has taken a turn. A slight drizzle here at Los Santama Stadium. And substitution for Solomon Islands.
is being replaced by player number 11, Junior Fordney.
So Solomon Islands introduced Junior Fordney, who plays in Fiji. A strike here from Vanuatu and sails way over. But in the process, it's Javin Alik who is down on the ground, needed medical attention. And he's one of the key figures in this team. Perhaps would benefit from a rest now. As you can see, he's on the ground. And the captain as well. It's probably not the best sight any Solomon Islands fans would love to see. We'll just hope it's just a fatigue. And so far it looks just like a fatigue here, as long as it's not serious.
Javin Alik, he has gained the confidence to captain this side at a very young age. He is a fantastic defender.
Will probably be called one of the best defenders in Oceania in a couple of years if he's as consistent as he is now. And we've had the likes of Nelson Saleh and a couple of other defenders who are well known around the Pacific from Solomon Islands. It's a unique trait if you're a good defender from Solomon Islands. Especially we're well known for our attackers, Batram Suri, late Commons Menapi, Henry Farodo Jr. These are all household names in terms of Solomon, as well as Vanuatu. They've produced a lot of quality players over the years. One of my favorite is Tangis, who is currently not playing anymore.
And there you have the fourth official indicating there is 5 minutes additional time.
Now we have Junior Fordney here for Solomon Islands. The number 11 is to many classified as a sprinter with his traits of quick and fast running. Kofana to Carlos, all the way to Atkinkawa. Javin Alik to Komasi. Carlos with a chip over the Vanuatu defense. A clearance here by the Vanuatu goalkeeper. Leon Kofana collects well. Vanuatu chasing. Solomon is going back to their goalkeeper, Harold Nawania. Over to Javin Y. Well, Javin Alec. And a good ball here from Javin again. Rafael Lea tries to collect here. Miscued by the goalkeeper. It's Junior Fordney here. He collects well. He checks. He went for the fake shot here. Turns back in. Decides to play it back to Kofana. Recycles the ball through Atkinkawa. Transition for Solomon Islands. And a foul against Atkinkawa. Decides to quickly take the ball to Komasi. Javin Komasi. Kofana. Solomon Islands now in a much comfortable position compared to their start, thanks to a double from Rovu and Dawn. Extended the lead well. 4-1. And so far, the men in yellow are commanding the game. Just putting the ball across the surface of the green Losintama pitch here. Well, Vanuatu again collects another free kick here. And you can tell the pace of the game has taken out. They slowed down a couple of inches now. Early on, we have the Solomon Islands National Development Team losing to Papua New Guinea, 1-0. And now it's the Solomon Islands National Team leading 4-1. A much different outcome. And what many local fans would really love to see, especially their national team winning. And it's a throw deep inside the Solomon Islands half to be taken by Jonathan Spokey Jack. Tries to go past Jamie Ali, couldn't do so. Still another throw in for Vanuatu. Can they create something here? Perhaps a consolation end to what have been an excellent game for Solomons, rather. There's the youngster here on the screen, number 13 for Vanuatu, has been active, and perhaps this experience will give him an extra boost to his already confident background. It's Kofana now, and tries to go and fight Fodney. Fodney managed to put pressure on the ball for Vanuatu to go back to restart from their goalkeeper. Here's Timothy Bowlett. Goes for the long one, taken down by Rafael. Not a good ball from Rafael as well. Vanuatu now, can they capitalize on this opportunity here? Tries to go through the defense here, not a good option. But then their recovery is excellent. The Vanuatu team here might not be taking the lead here, but they are very positive in their approach in the attacking sense of the game. Now Atkinkawa over to Kofana, and finally the referee, the experienced Nobet Hawata, decides to conclude the game with this player, Carlos Leomasia, who has been excellent in his position, been the main man, keeping all the action packed in the center. And Solomon Islands would be pleased with this win here, 4-1 in favor of the Solomon Islands team, courtesy for a double from Rovo Boyes and Don Kiana, who have finished excellently when they have been given the opportunity. And that's John Alekia, Atkinkawa, the Solomon Islands midfielder who plays his trade in Vanuatu actually. He used to play in Galaxy, so he's no new face when it comes to the Vanuatu national team. And that's Rovu Boyes, the number 10 for Solomon Islands. And now we join Lisa for an interview on the sidelines.
Thank you very much, Coach. After the first match, not probably what you anticipated, but any comments on Vanuatu's performance in the first match?
Yeah, like you said, wasn't part of our plan, to concede many goals like we did today. I think the first half, like where we make some mistake. I think we started too slow in the beginning, the first 45 minutes, and this what actually punished us, especially the beginning of the game. Second half was much better, different attitude from our group, more equal game. But unfortunately, we scored one. They could score one more in the second half, two more in the second half. But now let's try to learn from, especially for the first half, and fix what we need to fix for the next couple of days, because now we have Fiji next match, and we need to be ready to get a positive result after this match against Solomon.
Yes, you've mentioned that the second half was very obvious that Vanuatu picked up then. Next match against Fiji, so what will you be capitalizing on in Fiji's match?
Yeah, especially the beginning of the game. We need to have a much more attitude in the beginning of the game. We spoke about that in the halftime. Second half of the game with a totally different attitude. I think it's more equal game in second half. But then when we getting more ball position, that we got a red card, and then they changed the game again. But yeah, this is part of the game, and I think we managed well with one man down. And yeah, I need to congratulate Solomon. Play well both halves. Yeah, first and second half. So yeah, no, I think they deserve the victory, and now we need to, yeah, like I said, we need to learn, especially from the first half, and be prepared against Fiji.
Thank you very much, Giuliano. All the best for the next match.
Yeah, no, thanks so much. Yeah.
Well, they were the coach for Vanuatu, Giuliano, who is no stranger to Solomon football, having been coaching the Marist FC team and also looking after the Solomon Islands national futsal team. And not too much to his liking, but now we'll go and join Lisa again on the sidelines with the Solomon Islands national coach.
Congratulations, Coach, for the win, first match. Just give us a quick comment on Solomon Islands' performance in its first match.
No, I think it's credit to the boys. They probably didn't get what we deserved in the World Cup qualifiers, so I'm really happy for the team to get the victory today, and some new players get the opportunity as well, and I think they impressed. And yeah, no, it's a good day, but we keep working, and we've got a game to focus on for Thursday.
And with your first 11 and the changes with the team that you've made, what worked and what kind of didn't work out as planned?
I think Don Keener, great opportunity for him to show himself today. Not generally a winger, but he has great qualities, and he's a smart kid, so I'm really happy for him. Happy for Rovel Boyes to get his first goal. Martin Cotto is a young player, just 18, first cap for the country. So I think it's about creating depth. You know what I mean? If we just continue to play the same 11 all the time, or what happens when somebody goes down? So look, we need to still keep creating depth. But I'm definitely happy with the changes today. The boys that came on, you know what I mean? Some of them not fully match fit yet, but for 60, 70 minutes they did a great job.
I understand this. Well, this is still the first match of the tournament. We've still got a long way to go. So, what are some of the things that you've watched in this match that you're hoping to change?
I think it's just about continuing to play, the way that we want to play for 90 minutes. Obviously, we probably can't control the game, for the full 90, but we need to be smart. In moments, make sure we don't give away, free kicks. We are a small team, so we can't give them opportunities to get set pieces in the box. But apart from that one today, I think we dealt with it quite well, and I'm happy with how we're progressing.
Congratulations, Coach. All the best in the next match.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys. All good.
Beautiful day for football here at one of Oceania's iconic football grounds, Solomon Islands, with a convincing win over Vanuatu. First day of the prestigious MSG Prime Ministers Cup. Looking forward for more action from this tournament. From the broadcasting crew, have a pleasant evening.